Anderson Cooper, AC 360, CNN weeknights 10 Eastern.
I want to ask you about WikiLeaks and Julian Assange. Do you believe there should be an investigation into whether the New York Times broke any laws by reporting on the material that WikiLeaks had put out there?
This is a difficult question. I mean, to me, it's very clear that the Army private who was apparently the source of most of this material, classified material, now in a military brig and going to court-martial, he is accused of a crime. Julian Assange, it seems to me, by taking that material and disseminating through WikiLeaks, has violated the Espionage Act of the United States of America. I hope the Justice Department will soon indict him and that we will be able to extradite him from Britain and bring him back to stand trial in the United States. What to do about the New York Times and other news outlets that have accepted and distributed this stolen classified material is, of course, a more complicated question. I'm not calling for prosecution of the Times, but I think they're guilty of bad citizenship. As you know, Anderson, a lot of other news organizations, including CNN, did not accept this material, classified material, and disseminate it. And I think we've got to have a serious discussion about what the legal obligation of news organizations is in cases like this where they know they're accepting and distributing stolen classified material.
Because they say
it's a serious question.
The Times says that they were very careful not to publish anything that would endanger U.S. security. Just so I'm clear, because I think in another interview you said there should be investigation. Are you saying that yes, there should be an investigation into the Times?
No. Here's what I really said. I'm glad. I appreciate the opportunity you give me to clarify, because I think that's been misunderstood. I think that we all ought to do some serious thinking about what the obligation of credible, legitimate mainstream news organizations is in dealing with this kind of material. I mean, the only thing I'm prepared to say conclusively is that I think the New York Times is guilty of bad citizenship by accepting this material and disseminating it. Whether there should be legal liability, I think that's a topic for committees of Congress, for the Justice Department to do some thoughtful and serious consideration of.
But you do think Congress, you do think the Justice Department should be discussing this concerning the New York Times and try to figure out whether or not there needs to be a further investigation?
My guess here is that what we're talking about is forward-looking. In other words, in the next case, because the law is not clear now, is there reason for us to adjust the law to hold news organizations that distribute stolen classified material liable for a violation of the law? I understand this is a First Amendment. It's very sensitive stuff. We have to balance the rights of a free press against the national security interest of our country. But this case, I think, calls on us to have a thoughtful discussion of that and see whether we want to amend the law to protect ourselves better in the next case that comes up, because there surely will be a next case.